This is hard. This is a hard segment for me, man.
It's actually a math question and stuff, right? Okay. So
algebra.
If you had,
Don't give me math right
if
now.
you had two people, right?
Yeah.
And you had one car and one gun, right? How many guns and cars could each person have?
One.
Okay. I just want to figure that part out.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he said it without saying it. You know, we believe Gunna snitched. I mean, there's really no other way of getting around this.
I mean,
based off what was said. I just got to come out right and say it. I don't even want to beat around the bush with the shit, bro.
He didn't say no names, but he was like, "Yeah, I was in the car."
He ain't say no.
I was in the car with drugs and guns.
He did say he was.
I was in the car with drugs and guns and a couple other niggas, but it wasn't me though.
That's not snitching.
That's not snitching. I mean, it's dry snitching. It's snitching. But I mean, you involved. You snitch.
That may not be snitching, but this.
If he wasn't involved,
but this is.
But he knew.
Sergio Kitchens.
Be snitching.
Understand that YSL is a gang and that I am aware of crimes that were committed in the betterment of the gang. YSL as a gang must end.
All right, that might be snitching a little bit.
What you mean? It might be. I'll put a purple. I'll purple pick a pack to pick a purple. That's Pete.
Paddock in my P. I'm pushing plea. We don't want no pleas. Just for please. Exotic please. Because you got the different plea, so it's an exotic plea. Pushing plea. I'm pushing plea. Talk about, that was Brittany Griner he was talking about right there when he dropped that bar. Turn a lesbian. She dropping, please. God damn. Listen,
that AP.
It was not my idea to play the music.
I just wanted to revisit that. Revisit the.
It wasn't my idea at all to play the music.
Pushing Pleas.
Are you copping Pleas already?
I mean, you know, it would be fitting. I just know that I wasn't the orchestrator of the bullshit.
I was there, but it wasn't me.
Right. I was in the car, but it's not my shit. So it is just me and Jason in the car. So it's not mine. I'm telling you that right now. What the fuck is going on, everybody? How's everybody fucking doing? Shit. We feeling good? We ready to fucking pod? This is some podcast. Hosted us absolute fucking most, Mr. Alo Boot in the fucking building, along with my co-host, Mr.
Motherfucking Howie Stacks.
And we have C-Moss in the building today. What's up, sir?
What's up? Yes,
Last
sir.
person here today.
I know, surprise.
Unusual behavior.
Are we having issues at home?
Man, I've been
because this seems that this would be the only way that you wouldn't show up on time.
Man, I didn't want to go into this.
No shit.
But I've been getting beat. You know?
There's been abuse going on.
Steph gonna see this like, what the fuck?
I ain't want to tell y'all this. I've been getting my ass whooped viciously for the last 6 months.
Right before Christmas.
Oh man.
And
no. I told you.
My life couldn't
no Christmas this year.
My life couldn't get any worse. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's all right, brother. Listen, you can. I'm sure Jason can let you sleep on. Howie could let you sleep on the couch.
Yeah, that motherfucker's a little uncomfortable, but you can sleep on it though.
Yeah. Clip the music, man. The dude that wanted to play the music, clip the music, man. Why you still got the music going on my microphone?
That ain't P, Julian.
Yeah, man. Stop this shit. Jew is in the building, of course.
Always.
As always.
Bad Jew.
And told us an incredible story off camera that I won't. Maybe a Patreon. Or something like that for that story.
That was an exclusive
I think that's a very exclusive story. However, it was the only thing that could happen to Julian when it happened to Julian and why and how it happened to Julian.
I would also like to go on record and state that some podcast, we are not anti-Semites.
I think it was established last episode that we.
I just want to say it again.
It's always good to let people know.
Let them know.
It's like a weekly.
I got my slides on. You know what I'm saying.
However,
I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just lazy. Okay, I'm gonna keep wearing it.
However we still hate niggas. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just saying at this point, I feel like, I got to have a group to hate on, and if I can't hate them, well, then,
Other black men.
might as well follow the trend.
Dive into this topic.
Might as well follow the trend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man. It was an eventful week, if I do say so myself.
Too eventful.
To say the least.
It was very eventful, based off of the music that you just heard, and I'm sure by the time this comes out, we might have more information.
I hope we do have more information.
We will have more
Because
information.
the information we have right now.
But I don't even want to lead with that. What I want to lead off with is the big news of the trial that we've been talking about and discussing. Tory and Megan, they've seemed to. The first that I asked, I don't even think I give a fuck. I didn't even ask how y'all was doing. Did I ask that question? Did I ask how everybody was doing?
Yeah.
I checked on everybody's well-being. Good,
Yeah,
fuck
we
you.
good.
So Meg and Tory, he's like, good. I'm glad we got that shit out the way. We got it out the way. Welcome back again. We appreciate you guys as always. Yeah, whatever. So Megan and Tory trial. Let's discuss it. Let's hop into shit. We've been waiting to talk about the shit. It's been since our last pod. What is it? Season 3, episode 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since our last pod was the premiere for season 3, we knew that there was going to be a lot of shit that was on the horizon. We talked about some of the shit preliminary. We're going to get into all of that. But what we didn't expect was what we have heard over the last 3 days in regards to this Megan and Tory case trial. Trial started on Monday. Today's Thursday. By the time you guys hear this, there will be a verdict in, I assume. So let's run down what we have found out in regards to the Megan and Tory case, shall we? Let's open this fucking book. All right. So everything that we said in the podcast that's in the link below is what the fuck happened. The end.
Play the link.
Put all the clips together. Post that shit because that's exactly what the fuck happened. Where do we want to start?
Shit.
Want to start at the beginning? Monday, right?
Yeah.
What happened on Monday? Are you familiar with how it started?
I don't remember Monday.
Opening statements. The opening statements from the prosecution.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
And I quote, "Dance, bitch, dance.
Yeah.
That was the first line.
Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow." Opening fucking bar. Not the hardest bar in all of hip hop history, but it was the opening bar for the fucking prosecution. And then we find out that Kelsey and Megan been jumping on the same cock carousels for the last 3 years.
But is that, is it? Does it have anything to do with anything? Who shot her? That's what I want to know.
Well, we're going to get there.
Shot her.
We still don't know that information truly, and it's only going to
Did
get
she step on
spicier
the
from there.
glass or get a bullet in that ass? I
That
want to know.
we are getting to that part.
God damn it.
So-
Somebody tell me.
You're familiar, right? You're familiar. We're all up into the. We're on the same page right now, right?
Right.
I just want to make sure I'm telling this the right way, so it goes out the right way. From there, she basically, the testimony comes out and basically says, "Look, Tory, they got into an argument, and they left Kylie Jenner's house, and the prosecution tells the whole fucking story, right? Then the fucking defense gets up and says, look, we don't have any evidence to point that Tory was the shooter other than some BS testimony from somebody who clearly couldn't see because she testified that she wasn't facing when the bullets got shot. She was facing the back. Her back was facing the car, right? In the front of the fucking car, she was walking. She doesn't know who fucking shot her. Truly, even though she says she did. That's basically day one. They just recant the stories. We don't have to really talk about that much. Now, the riveting news is that Kelsey and Meg were both fucking on the baby, apparently. And Ben Simmons got thrown into this shit. I don't know how Ben Simmons got thrown into this, but apparently, there was some backdooring going on Megan's part when she was hopping on some NBA and some other rapper dick that her best friend wanted.
She was the cleanup crew. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, from what it sounds like, it sounds as though that Megan was trying to put her on with a whole bunch of these celebrity people,
And then was
and the reality was she was fucking them too. Which again, I still have a hard time believing, just simply because if you claim you like all these people and your best friend is Megan Thee Stallion, it's basically like R. Kelly and like his managers like going out to like get these little like kids and shit. She fucking was holding her out.
It's like R. Kelly. I don't know.
In this sense,
At least them niggas was old and they wasn't getting pissed on.
Not in that regard. What I'm saying is that Megan was basically hoeing Kelsey out. That's what it sounds like to me. She's hooking her up with all these motherfuckers, but then she's also fucking the same people too. I'm having a hard time with this story. That's the beginning, right? Are we all on the same page so far? So far, so good? Let's run through this shit, bro. Day 2, Megan takes the stand. What are your thoughts on Megan taking the stand and her testimony and what was being said?
I don't know. I didn't really know what to think. I'll be honest. I'm like, shit, I want to believe her. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she was real emphatic that she wished he had killed her. And she was tearful.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean...
I'm gonna sound like the black guy that doesn't want to stick up for black women.
Because
I'm just gonna tell the truth.
It's a weird.
It sounded like this shit was crocodile the whole time.
You think so?
It's from the reports of people that were in the courtroom said that those tears were fucking fake, and she wasn't even crying.
Melodramatic. I mean,
and then she says that, right?
Shit. Yeah, I wish I'd have rather died than.
Does that not sound a little dramatic? I mean.
Yeah. To
Does that not sound a little dramatic, bro? Or am I tripping?
Well, when I read the words and stuff, I read which he would have rather killed me and stuff. I was like, that's a weird statement because you only got shot in the foot. I'd rather get shot in the foot than die.
Every time.
Every time. I choose that option 100 times.
And these niggas is from Inglewood. I trust their opinion. Okay.
Yeah, let's keep it all the way, saying factual here. Like motherfuckers have seen a few people get shot. Seen a lot of people get shot
in the foot.
I would have preferred them not die.
A nigga from Inglewood.
Yeah, so that's so that in and of itself was a little strange. Right.
But I mean, I think what she's referring to is how everybody's been ruthlessly going in on her ass. I mean, shit, and
which we have
and all that.
Which
shit.
we have our theories about. Which I will, we will get to that part of it because that's a big deal.
That's why I was like, it was a dramatic statement, but I was like, I mean, like, what would you say if the media was constantly harassing you? Calling you this and that, bringing up people you fuck, like popping up on you and motherfucking put cameras in your face. Tell another lie, nigga. Tell another lie. You would be like, I wish you'd have killed me, nigga.
I think
kill me now.
No, but I think the writing on the wall. No, here's the thing. I think the writing was on the wall for her to react in that way, simply because, like you said, she wasn't getting the attention or she wasn't getting the support or the getting the sympathy that she thought she was going to garner by saying that a male shot her. And I get that, right? And I feel like that was it was a low blow basically to her. Like, hey man, like this ain't working out how it's supposed to be. Like y'all still blaming me for some shit when I was at the end of the day, she still did get shot. We've now figured that out. I'm jumping ahead, but we're figuring that out. However, the way you've been going about it, it clearly shows there was something to be hidden. So let's run down from the time she was at at Kylie Jenner's house up into the time where she's shot in the foot. She goes to fucking Kylie Jenner's house 5 hours before. This is the testimony from Megan. 5 hours prior to Tory getting there. So Kelsey and her friend or whomever designer person was at Kylie's house, right? From there, she get lit. Kelsey passes out somewhere, and
she admitted that she passed out at some point.
Kelsey went to go pass out of something, and Megan went in the kitchen and made like some nachos or some shit. I don't know what happened. Like she got hungry. 6'5", man. Yeah, she's gonna get hungry. Okay.
She 5'10", man. Give her.
Maybe the nachos wasn't necessary.
Well, yeah. So
to talk about,
and I don't want to run down because it's hard because so much shit happened that I want to get quickly through hers, and then what Kelsey said, which was the next day, which was yesterday and today, what contradicted that. So from there, she then goes and says, "Hey, they ran to leave. Something about her wig was slipping." Was the story, like why she wanted to leave. They said her wig was coming off. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever been in a party or a get-together with other women. If something's wrong with them cosmetically in any way, that's just a bathroom trip. And if they can't fix it, then they're ready to go. If something is that bad or that embarrassing, but to me...
Shit was fucked up. I mean...
We're at Kylie Jenner's house. I'll take this motherfucking
Kylie
wig.
Jenner don't know shit about.
I'll take this motherfucker off.
Hair.
Take this motherfucker off.
We
out. We in this bitch. I'm with the braids and all.
So them plastic.
She got the Trey Songz.
Hell no.
She should have just kicked it with the Trey Songz on. Look, I'm just telling you, it was just a bullshit excuse.
No, you should. Hell no.
It was just a bullshit excuse. So
I mean, maybe yeah, but
let's continue. Right?
I wouldn't take.
Still all good so far, right?
Jenner house
Still,
either.
we all on the same page.
That
This
makes
is kinda,
sense. Yeah.
All right, cool. So then, boom. Now what? Now what happens? We get to the part.
Kelsey?
Yeah, well, I'm saying they get to the part where she leaves, and then she comes back, right?
Yeah,
Because she said that she. Well, no, she said she didn't remember coming back. They left with Tory's security. And then she doesn't remember coming back. Yeah. That was
She said it was like one
That's
trip.
when they got into an argument, right?
Who was that?
Or was it that Lane stayed to flirt with the Kylie or whatever?
Exactly. So that was the story. This is the testimony that Kelsey said.
Yeah.
Trey Songz. Trey Songz. So I'm thinking this goofy motherfucker. Tory
I'm
Lanez. I'm thinking of the.
I'm thinking of the
yibbity. I don't want to leave. Did you see the video?
No, I didn't.
So Tory Lanez.
Trey Songz.
Tory Lanez. Yeah, he's
can't sing though.
Yeah, that motherfucker sucks.
Man,
He's awful.
Nigga's ass, bro.
He's awful.
Anyway,
and he's extremely abusive. See, now we can protect black women from that nigga.
Trey Songz.
That nigga's a predator.
Problem.
That nigga's a predator. Ain't no defending him. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got it both. We don't want it both ways. We want to tell you the truth about somebody who we don't feel is an abuser. Somebody we feel like the story just doesn't align, or even reason why we going in depth into this.
I feel like
but Trey Songz is no defense.
Tory,
no defense.
He still could have the short man complex. You know
he
what
could.
I'm saying? Like,
but let's just run.
It's likely. It's still likely enough.
Yeah, man. This whole thing is tough, man.
Let's go back to the timeline, though. We got sidelined by the Trey Songz.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So
So
from there, this is all in the testimony. Now I'm just recanting what I was told, and as far as the testimony from multiple people.
this is public knowledge, or
So
go check it out.
So from there, they don't remember coming back to the house, whatever. She claims she left with Tory. They leave with Tory. There was an argument ensued. Apparently, she said Tory music was trash.
Yeah.
And that's why they got into an argument. She got out the car and she heard Dance Bitch Dance. And it was 5 shots that were shot at her.
Yo, album.
And she got back in the car with the guy that just tried to fucking kill her. And the police were called on them. They didn't get too far. The police came, the helicopters, and we saw that shit, right? That was Megan's story. Like,
there was the text.
There was no argument with Kelsey. Yeah, Kelsey had texted 911. Tory shot Meg to the body, her bodyguard. Which has to be fucking scary as shit to get that as a bodyguard. Like, damn, you're not even there to protect your artist or whatever the case may be. You get a text like that, I'd be fucking.
Yeah, you're immediately fired after that.
Shit, I fucked up.
But I'm not even fired. I mean, he wasn't probably on duty.
I got shot.
What you mean? Like,
I wasn't on duty that night.
Text that I got bro.
I wasn't on duty.
Nah.
If I'm not on duty, I ain't on duty.
Fires ass. I'll be like, yo, where you at, bro?
I'm just saying, man. The nigga wasn't on duty, man. Well, I don't know. But I'm just saying. Like, look, at the end of the day, that was the story. That was the story from Meg on the day 2, right?
Oh, shit.
What's that?
I'm going to pay for my tab, nigga. That nigga was out looking at his phone. Like, Drunk as
Oh
hell
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, oh yeah. Like god damn.
In bed with his girl and shit. Oh shit!
Hey, leaving that on red is crazy. You're like, oh, I'm off work.
The moment I went around, they shot my girl.
Yeah. So
He done for
that was Megan's testimony.
light security.
That was Megan's testimony.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because this is from Kelsey, right? All
No, that was from Megan. That was Megan's.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
much that.
all
I
the
flew
days.
through that. Now we get into the juicy shit. All right.
Kelsey don't remember nothing.
Kelsey gets on the stand. The first thing she asked for was immunity. Now look, I'm not a lawyer. Okay? And I don't even like the criminal justice system. But if I do know one thing, I know when you ask for immunity from some shit, you probably did some shit.
Yeah.
Or you're scared of the repercussions of what's going to happen if you say what you're getting ready to say. Don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that. She pleads the fifth a couple times. They give her the quote unquote immunity. Now, they didn't give her the immunity that everybody think that they gave her. They gave her immunity for what she's saying in regards to this trial. They can't go back and, but they can't go back and prosecute her for things that she's saying in regards to the trial. However, they can still prosecute her, which they went on record and said that they wouldn't, but they said that for perjury and other things like that, right? So she basically is this long drawn out whole little situation of, I don't know what happened, this and that, but she basically was denying everything. Everything.
She sent that text, but she said that she was like assuming or something like that.
Well, I see a lot of people online are talking about, well, Megan only lied about one thing, and that was the whole having sex with Tory thing, which was on the fucking Robin, what's her name? Who did Megan go sit down with?
that was Gayle King.
Gayle King, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Kelsey testified that she lied about more than just that. She got kicked out of Kylie Jenner's house. That's what Kelly, because she was fucking drunk. She's a belligerent drunk, which we said on the other podcast. Pull it up. She's a fucking drunk. She acted fucking crazy. She got kicked out. She was upset by that.
Fucking drunk.
Tory stayed. This is all Kelsey's testimony. Tory wanted to stay. She didn't want Tory to stay. She looked irritated. She comes back and
I'ma stay.
Come on, nigga. They leave. She says, I forgot my flip flop.
Nah, fam, I'ma stay.
Yeah.
That nigga was like Michael Jackson in Thriller and shit.
Yeah.
I'ma catch up with y'all later.
Nigga turned around.
Yeah.
Nigga turned around and was like, I'll catch you.
Nigga.
Y'all could just take my car. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah.
I always wonder, I didn't even think about this. What does Travis think about all of this shit? Because this was at a time where I think they were kind of like broken up, or they had like a little thing, they had a little. I think that was that same little period and shit before they end up getting back together.
I don't think Travis is mad.
I don't think he cares. But so Kelsey's testimony is that they leave, they go in Tory's car with Tory's driver. She says she forgets a flip flop. Any woman would pull the whole I left my flip flop back at the house trick.
Come back and beat that ass.
And she goes back. She says, I'm not leaving without.
Leave me.
I'm not leaving without my man. Which at that point, I don't understand why Kelsey didn't catch on. That was the one thing that was confusing me too. So somebody can give me some clarity on this. Why did she not catch on at that point of how upset that Megan was getting over Tory staying there? Why didn't it click in her brain? This is the one thing that I think is kind of bothering me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Simply because why didn't she catch on that Megan was clearly fucking this dude? If she didn't know, because she claims that she didn't find out this until they got into the argument in the car, which we'll get to. But I just wanted to stop and ask that question right there because it's bothering me.
Yeah, that don't even make sense though.
Nobody could. You can't tell
from a woman's perspective though. You know how women talk about dick, right? And who they be
or just how they act.
Real though.
No. You're not. No, you 100% right.
If they that close, bro,
and
they making these moves together
intuitive
with all these other celebrities, ain't no way in hell she didn't know that she was fucking Tory Lanez already. If Megan was setting you up with other celebrities, that means y'all actively talking about y'all sex life with each other, right?
I'm just saying.
That don't make sense.
Great point, Chris.
I'm that's a great point. I don't.
Well, I mean, just
anybody else? I just want some clarity on that part because I feel like that's a big part of this. That I feel like that's where a total lie.
If you're questioning that, then that would imply that Kelsey is also not reliable.
She's full of shit too.
Right. Yeah.
But here's the thing: they are two full of shit ass fucking females. Listen, anytime.
It doesn't seem
here. Because I'm fucking
like
for a second.
There's a lot of finger pointing going on. I hear what you're saying.
Let's put a pause on the story for a second and let's just be clear about something for a second. When you have multiple, and this is why they were talking about protect black. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to protect any woman. It sounds like fucking all lives matter, but I'm going to protect any woman, especially a black woman, if I feel as though that you don't put yourself into a fucking dangerous situation and put yourself out on Front Street to be fucked up or to be fucking just to be put in a bad situation at whole. You started off lying, Meg, from jump. That's what fucked you. And it continued and it perpetuated itself up until this point, and it's still happening. Number one. The second part about it is, Kelsey, on the other hand, you mean to tell me that you knew about getting backdoored a couple times, right? And then you see the way she's interacting with Tory. You didn't know until the time they got into the car, or was it just confirmed and then you had a reason to fucking flip out? And actually, y'all had a little argument and getting into it. Because I feel like
you think that she's trying to cover her own ass by saying she doesn't know, because in fact maybe she did know. In fact, she was maybe pissed about it, and maybe didn't we speculate?
And mind you, it's liquor. And mind you, a lot of liquor
the whole time,
and a lot of liquor,
and
all this with a lot of liquor.
Yeah.
And Megan clearly has shown that off the liquor, folks' asses get loose and wild.
I think it's perfectly liable that any one of the three of them could have pulled that trigger that night.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
any
still
one of the
not
three?
Convinced.
Any one of the three? So Megan shot herself?
No.
She plexicoed herself?
Well, it's
that's a theory you're gonna shoot out there?
No, not really.
Okay.
But I mean, shit.
It's
probably not.
Right.
Okay. I don't want to go that
Kelsey
far.
And
Nah, listen, I'm all good for a good conspiracy. I'm all good for a good conspiracy. I'm not willing to go that far.
Yeah, you got to go
Kelsey
with the
and
actual.
Tory.
I'm not willing to go that far.
Kelsey and
Tory.
Tory.
She didn't have a
I'm not convinced Tory didn't.
On her.
They both.
Well, they didn't test.
They both had it, right?
Huh?
They didn't test Megan though.
Oh, they didn't test. I didn't know that.
There was multiple DNAs.
But they should be able to tell straight off the angle.
Yeah, they both had gun.
Yeah, that'd be kind of tough.
Tory
right.
both had the gunpowder.
Yeah.
So were they struggling for the gun? This
is what the defense is trying to come up with. So that I just wanted to have that little sidebar. So let's just get into it, and then let's really get into what we're thinking about.
Tory said didn't say something about shooting Meg, but also I guess they tried to find out the.
Did he threaten to shoot her, or did he threaten to shoot Megan Thee Stallion? Kelsey said no. So it gets to the point where they basically get into the situation with the car. Now, this again, everything Kelsey is saying is going against Megan's direct testimony, where she stated that Megan said, I didn't get into a fight with Kelsey. I don't recall ever getting into any situation. It was only an argument between me and Tory. Kelsey literally puts herself in a situation, said, no, we got into an argument because of the whole shit that happened. She first got out the car. We had to help her get back in the car because she sat at a bus stop fucking butt-ass naked, damn near, in a bathing suit. Megan, when she was pissed off, then she got back in the car. They continued to argue. And it basically gets, I don't know, or I don't really remember from Kelsey. But basically, it sounds like they got into a little tussle.
Sounds like they were both drunk as shit.
And they got into a little tussle. And Kelsey went for that motherfucking. Okay, now I'm speculating, but this is what I look. I just want to get into the shit now.
Yeah.
Kelsey went and grabbed that iron, like we said before, and they were struggling with that motherfucker for a second, and that motherfucker went, and it was probably a hairpin trigger where that motherfucker went pop, 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 pop,
and then deflected and hit somebody on accident.
Yeah.
And it was at the ground, and it skid the ground, and because it was fragments.
Right.
So the bullet, I don't think the bullet directly hit her. I think the bullet either grazed her or it ricocheted off of something and hit her in the foot. It's what it sounds like based on the doctor also testified today too, and just basically was like, look, it was bullet fragments, definitely for sure, 100%. So we know it came from somewhere from one of the bullets. We've identified that. But what I'm saying is that we're leaving reasonable doubt here for saying that Tory just went outside the side driver window while making it out the car and just started shooting. From day one, we said that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Day one, we said that doesn't make any sense. He reaches on the other side of Kelsey and hops out her window to shoot at somebody who's walking in front of a car, a big ass car in that, and it's Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was hanging out the side of the window. His
same
feet,
height, sitting up and standing down.
his feet were probably in fucking Kelsey's lap while he was reaching out the fucking window with no balance. And you think he's gonna hold a fucking gun out a window? It just didn't make any sense, man.
It's too heavy for him.
He would have tipped over.
Oh, that nigga.
I'm just saying.
Gonna kill us. That nigga,
Listen, man.
If he is the shooter,
I fuck with Tory.
I'm
just
sorry.
Saying, it's just funny. It's just funny to think
kidding.
that would
got
even
two
be a
niggas.
situation that he would even be in. So, again, I'm just putting everything out there so we can talk about this shit, straight up and down.
It's too heavy.
Now that we've gotten through all of the bullshit and all of the lies that were told, the back and forth, she doesn't know this, that, and the third. There also was an objection to a testimony that potentially there was a witness that said that they saw Kelsey shoot. But that was objected to, and they never went into it. And I don't think this person is testifying, so I don't know. But I'm just throwing that out there for a little bit of razzle dazzle. What do we overall think about this case and think about this trial as it is up until this point? We won't make any predictions about what we think is going to happen. Let's just say now we can go.
This shit is messy as hell.
It's super messy, and the hush money. What if Kelsey just took the hush money? She said she didn't, right?
That's what she testified.
They had texts about hush money, though, didn't they?
Right. You
That is what she testified.
He just
if hush
texted
money
her apologize.
Yeah.
You can find it.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to make of the shit, man. I don't really know what to make of the shit, especially because motherfuckers be fucked up, and it's not even that they mean to lie. They just don't remember that shit. And
I think.
Listen,
they all was probably hammered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
I was able to.
I don't know what to make of the shit. I just be 100.
I was able to listen with my memory and the way it is. I was able to recant a lot of shit that happened in a major situation that happened to us. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Yeah, I remember
know
some
what
things.
I'm just saying.
Fucked up too.
And I know how I know because
there's definitely
what
some
I said.
holes, though.
Yeah, of course. Just because again,
The holes sometimes might be the key.
I brought that up because I'm thinking about motherfuckers being fucked up. Just wild and just, everything just happening kind of crazy and haphazardly. But, for Kelsey to say as much shit she didn't know, I'm like, come on, a little bit more. You didn't want to say anything. And you got immunity, you got a certain level of immunity, you know what I'm saying? Like, could have just said straight up what it was, but she probably still didn't want to admit it. I personally just feel like, there was a tussle, it ensued. Tory tried to fucking mediate the shit as best as he could, and he fucking did a horrible job, and she was able to get to that motherfucker and got the gun off. Because there's not even no telling. There's even no real truth telling that Tory even had a gun or if it even was his. Like, do we even know that if it was his gun? Because he never said it wasn't.
Did he say anything about that, Julian? You look like you were to say something.
I think it was.
That's another thing that we talked about before.
It is Tory's gun.
It is Tory's gun.
It is
Okay,
Tory's
so we
gun.
confirmed that it is his gun.
I feel like Tory's been successfully wait till the trial the whole time. It was really the whole time it was
Somebody brought up.
You should be though. And there's all these politics with it now. Like there's there could be people behind the scenes in play because this is a big ass fucking spectacle. It's like everyone's fucking checking it out, but this is also real lives, and it's it's an actual legal proceeding, which is crazy because sometimes when you drunk and you fucked up, obviously the details get lost or whatever, but to see it all kind of go in court, and then at the root of it all is essentially two friends that pretty much
they're not friends anymore. You know what I'm saying?
They had beef. They had beef, and it's kind of it's kind of they fuck with the same people, and that caused a whole spiral
if my best friend who's been my best friend, was to get shot by a dude, and I go with you to the hospital after the fact, they don't let me in. They let somebody else say, I was with you that night. This is all the testimony.
Oh, shit. So she don't want to see, she didn't want to see her.
What I'm saying is that it just seems kind of odd, because if my best friend was to get shot, it stands to reason that I'd probably go and be next to his side. You know what I'm saying? Why in the fuck wasn't she allowed to do that? Or why didn't you want her to be there? You know what I'm saying? Because I got into a little argument over some other shit. Like, man, that shit is trumped now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you had some involvement with it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, man, that's one of those situations where it's like there's some truths and some lies between like all parties, and that's why it makes it so messy. You know what I'm saying? When you be watching like Law and Order or some shit, and then you see like all the actual intricacies of like the crime, and you like, damn.
So this is where it gets interesting a little bit, right?
Yeah.
This is the conspiracy that's now floating around. I told you I'm gonna get into a conspiracy. At least one. At least one.
I was wondering when it was coming.
It's going one for sure, 100%. What do you make of that? The whole situation had to get thrown on Tory simply because Roc Nation told Meg to do so in order to save her image and to keep the deals that were on the table for her. Because you got to admit, it would look pretty bad if she got into it with her friend and then they tussled over a gun and she got shot. It'll look pretty bad for Megan. It'll make her look like she's involved in some hood rat shit. Like, you arguing it and got kicked out of Kylie Jenner's house and y'all fought and fighting in the street and shit and there's guns and shit like that. Some ghetto ass Houston shit that you into, lady. We can't fuck with you. And then they was like, yeah, you got to blame it on her, and then you also got to play victim and make it about, like, you know.
I would believe
that was the one conspiracy.
I would believe the putting it on Tory, but for some reason I wouldn't believe that it's because of Roc Nation. I think it's just more because like
PR move, like
just for her, like, because it's like if her friend shot her, right, and she sent that message, right, then it's like, well, I don't want you to get in trouble and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's just blame it on him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, just abandon the gander type thing. Like, I don't want you to get in trouble.
I think Kelsey was willing to hold it down for Meg to go against him until Meg was like still holding on to the shit that had happened that night, or was maybe, you know, had a different opinion about how it all went down. And then she was like, oh, well, you know, well, fuck it then. I'm gonna tell the truth. Or I'm gonna tell somewhat of the truth of kind of how it all went. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So or I'm gonna completely flip.
If she really and not didn't know, then technically Meg went behind her back. So she would have a different opinion about holding it down when she's like, oh, wait, that's what you was on with me. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's true.
Right,
and cool. So here's the second one. And we're gonna get an opinion on that. Roc Nation was looking to hire or get Tory as a client because he was at the brunch. Remember?
Yeah, he was.
He was at the brunch, and this is what I heard. Deal didn't go well. Deal went south. You know, this is found out that this happens. Roc Nation is like, oh, look, now we have a legitimate person to throw under the bus because of whatever misdealings or dealings didn't happen. Just a theory.
I don't know.
It's just a theory.
Definitely a theory. Yeah. I think it was just some drunk ass hot girl shit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing
just
is
when you
start talking about deals and stuff, deals get suspicious because like you're talking about a lot of money and like someone's image is tied to that money. So like you mess up someone's image, you can definitely renegotiate the money that you can offer them or the deals that they can get out there. Yeah. You know, I think about Ime Udoka, right? After the Celtics leaked all that information about Ime Udoka, well, him trying to go out and get other work is going to make it a lot harder for him to get work. So now you kind of have this like kind of like hold over that artist. Like you got a bad rep now. Now you got to thing.
Yeah, like you lucky I fuck with you type shit.
Right, exactly.
You can kind of renegotiate the terms.
Right, exactly. You could have been gone and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If we wanted you, because where you gonna go? You got a rap sheet. You got blah this. I don't know. It's a possibility and stuff. I like that.
Yeah, that's a strong. That's a good
Nation was really doing that. They some sick ass niggas for doing that shit.
I'm just saying, would you put it past a major label or not? A major marketing team with all of the resources that Rock Nation has?
Play, man. Like it's a lot of money involved. Like,
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Would I put it past a major label? No.
Yeah.
Shit, look at Suge Knight, nigga. That nigga was running niggas over to the end.
To the end. To the end.
Suge Knight on a whole
nother. Yeah. So
crazy.
Shit,
Suge Knight giving people needles and all that from what he say.
Yeah.
No, because there's definitely a public perception angle to everything. I mean, to both sides, which is why this thing feels so like, I guess, divisive, is because they have such like big fan bases too, and it's like somehow along the way in this course of 2 years, it's turned into like now it's not just the fan bases, now it's like kind of like a man and woman type shit.
Mm-hmm. Turned into another black man versus black woman.
Right.
Yeah, this feels like the OJ
topic.
trial. Like it feels like there's
everybody's like super like harsh on each side about it, and I'm like, I don't really know, man.
But
I feel like I want to reserve my judgment. But I know that like from my own personal life experiences, you can't just take y'all niggas. Sometimes y'all do just take girl side of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like it's easy to throw a nigga like, especially Tory. Like he seems like he probably could have did it. So it's like easy to say.
Yeah,
it's easy to say like, yeah, that nigga.
Easy for you to throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah,
That's like, yeah.
So I think that if we ever do find out what really happened, it might be like. It's you might be shocked at first and then be like, I mean, because like they all have motive to withhold information,
right?
Yeah.
Like they all have.
Yeah, no side's gonna be fully happy with whatever the decision is because
I think that to a certain extent they all had some sort of hand in the way that things played out, and they don't even necessarily fully they might not even remember it the same way.
Yeah.
So
I don't really know.
That's kind of the. I guess that's the point that I want to lead into before we move on with that.
And them Canadian niggas be emotional.
Oh my God,
niggas do be a little emotional. Can't lie.
I'm just playing.
Do we?
Canadian people.
Shout out Chris
Does this reinforce? I guess I'll ask it in a question form. Does it reinforce what we were stating before? Like, look, you can't just trust everybody's word, or you can't just assume that they're telling the truth just because flat out because you're a black woman. Because at the end of the day, when you say believe all women, and then you have a number of women who are the best manipulators in the world by far. I mean, think about it. Who lies better than a woman? No offense. Y'all are really good at it. It's a woman in the room. Just want to respect.
And then niggas
just meeting each other.
We suck.
It's not a great time to just meeting me when it's a podcast, because it's like you're gonna gain and garner opinions about me and stuff.
I was at the grocery store. Nigga,
try to separate it.
I got the link card.
Try to separate it. I'm just saying, but I'm saying that that's a scary slope that you decide to run a roll down. And I just want to tell all you motherfuckers for a second. I just want to tell everybody out there. I want to tell everybody that's been watching me, that's been watching us, that's been hearing the shit that I've been saying on Facebook or online or whatever the case may be, that your argument is that we don't want to believe Megan Thee Stallion because she's a woman. And women aren't, black women in particular, who perceive themselves as being strong and independent. And somebody who's I guess worldly acclaimed artist that, has a lot of fans and things like that, because we don't feel she's in need of protection because of her stature, how she's perceived, her attitude, her bravado, the way she raps. But you have to also understand that human beings are fucking. We ran by this little computer thing that's in our head called a brain, and that no matter how much we want to try to escape stereotypes and certain tropes of certain communities and things like that, the shit is embedded in us. So yes, I will say that I will agree that to some degree, we don't look at black women needing as much protection in certain aspects of things, simply because of the perception that they give us in today's modern society. So how can I make that make sense just real quick and easy? When you say you're strong and independent, you don't need a nigga, and pussy power and all of these other things, and feminism and everything that's radically left ideology of womanhood and feminism to the nth degree. When you do that, what you're saying to men who desire and want to, in my personal opinion, and based off of some other things that we've clearly talked about when we talk to other men in certain settings, we want to protect you. We want to be the ones that go out and help you do these things and be there for you and shit like that. But to the ones that claim that they don't need us, you make it kind of difficult for us to want to help you when you get in a jam. It's like I'm supposed to just sidebar all of that out of my brain and just be there. And I'm not.
And then it's like, wait, why ain't you in my corner about shit? It's like, well, what do you mean?
Like, fuck a nigga, I don't need a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like in the heat of the moment where I'm just seeing a big like 6'4" woman get like obliterated by like some like 5'6" guy right in front of me.
She ain't 6'4". She's
no. I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about in general. I'm just saying if I'm walking down the street, I'm not saying like in a situation
I feel like
where
that was one of the things I was seeing online was a lot of guys was specifically like saying like not like I hear what you're saying, but I feel like a lot of guys were specifically saying that like she might as well be a man because she 5'10" and like shit like that, which is like that's kind of not fair. Like just because she tall, she's still a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm not saying
ain't got shit to do.
I'm not saying that, but
like you could take
but
a
that's
bullet
the
better
argument.
than a 5'3".
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's been the argument. So what I'm just saying is that it ain't about her height. It's about other things that she gives off that give you that sense like automatically.
Like
now, but anybody that gets shot or anything that happens like that, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're gonna feel some sympathy for you off the bat. But the issue is that, and somebody made this point, when she was quote unquote sticking up for a black man in the midst of being in danger, that is something that black men should do all the time, because if she can do it, you can do it. That's the argument. If you believe what she's saying is true. See, now I have to actually believe what you said is true, that I didn't say anything to the police about me getting cut on glass because I didn't want to X, Y, and Z, and I didn't want to look like a snitch, and because in my community, and then all of that, and then like a week later, you was like, Tory shot me. I'm like, if you just gonna come out and say that he shot you and not ride that shit to the end, kind of stands to, it kind of stands to reason that like we're not gonna want to believe you or fuck with you anymore because you just didn't come out the gate. That's what first threw me off.
Yeah, but
That's just me. I'm just saying, you kind of jumped out the gate and was like, nah, I stepped on glass, like, and then you came out and said like, well, I said that because I was looking to protect him and I didn't want to get him in trouble and black men are dying, and that you thought about all of that as you got shot. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I could think like that as I'm getting shot. Not right in that moment. I'm thinking about this motherfucker just shot me. You got back in the car with that guy. I'm going to fuck the motherfucker. Nigga, did you just shoot at me? I'm out.
Yeah.
1 foot and all. I'm gone.
Fuck you.
It's just a natural human response. So as a human being, we automatically think like,
hey, you want to ride? Nigga, you just
why
shot me,
why didn't she do what a normal human being would do in that moment? And I'm supposed to then take that story and put it all together.
The story?
Because there's more to the story. And that's why human beings are the Jussie Smollett situation. What the fuck did Dave Chappelle say? They said, oh, y'all weren't defending Jussie. We were defending Jussie Smollett with our silence because we knew that nigga was clearly lying. His exact words. And that couldn't have been more fucking true.
I don't want to, it's like, you don't want to say something and then be like, all right, yeah, like shit's not adding up, but then you go ride, and then you get embarrassed when motherfuckers was like, oh wait, it was the whole time, and I was going hard, woo woo woo. But I mean, I don't know. I think that's just what women want from us. They just want us to go hard, right or wrong.
Yeah, I ain't gonna.
A lot of niggas do that for their boys.
I remember when the Jesse Smollett did drop. I was like, oh shit, he got fucked up.
Niggas
and
still trying to defend Gunna.
And the noose was still around his neck, and I was like, wait, what? And I was super confused at that point.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle made the joke about it. And I was like, okay, because I was also thinking the same shit when I saw that noose. I was confused at that point because I was like, I wanted to believe him when I first heard it. That first like 12 hours.
We all wanted to believe it. We all was like, damn, bro, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I was like, damn, and then I said, wait a minute.
Yeah. Subway on the coldest night.
On the coldest night.
It was like minus 30 that night.
Do some racial crime to you, nigga. What the?
And then MAGA hats, a noose, some bleach.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
I'm right. I'm
like,
like,
nigga.
they just happen to have all that racist ass shit on them.
that's what I was going to, I'm like,
Did they know they were gonna run into you, nigga? Like that was the first thing I was like, that's wait a minute. This happened on the streets.
On the street, right?
Make America great again, okay? Yeah.
This one a planned attack, and they got a high celebrity like person.
He said, "Don't forget the noose."
Right?
Don't forget the noose and the bleach just in case we run into a nigga.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With your MAGA hat. That's all I'm saying. Like, bro, when we hear shit that doesn't make sense, the human brain automatically goes like, okay, yeah, no, there's something wrong with this story.
Ain't adding up. Who done it?
So, I think we will find out. The saga is of course continuing. We'll find out what happens in the next couple days.
What if it is, Kelsey?
It should be done by Friday or Monday. That's what the jury says. We'll find out more information.
I want to know.
But by the time this drops, there's a good chance that Tory will be found innocent.
You think so? I think it's still in toss up right now.
Yeah, I feel like he's probably gonna get like
the defense has been seemingly shredding
some random shit like that.
Yeah, he might get something.
He might get deported.
Random like. Yeah, that's true. He could get deported.
Sending going.
Is funny.
Wait, why was the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trials like all over the TVs? Like we have all this footage from the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard shit, like hours and hours of like footage of them actually in court, and we don't get like nothing.
Oh, it's because she pooped in his bed. I mean, you gotta get.
Well, no, that's
you gotta talk about. You gotta. You know, when it comes to a case like that, you know what I'm saying. That was just so many years of shit. You gotta put that shit on TV.
Would you like the comments?
Yeah,
exactly. Niggas went straight to the courtroom like
nasty broad.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, and that's another situation too.
Say that again to the camera.
Just line your ass off, and that's the thing. Amber Heard, and again, even though hey, look, she's a white woman, but she fucked it up for a lot of women when she fucking lied about all that shit she lied about, and on video, on tape. It's like, what you gonna do? Sue me? Oh, little Amber Heard. Amber Heard, beat on Johnny Depp. You think a court's gonna believe that? They're playing that in court, and she's.
Yeah, like
you dumb fucking stupid.
But I mean that's
white privilege.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't got no smoke for the white privilege, but the Hebrew Israelites, just all over my page all of a sudden.
I mean, that's hilarious. That's funny. That nigga so did hop in your comments. The Hebrew Israelites, nigga. Hey, look, bro.
That's funny.
I don't know what to tell you about. Look.
You got them niggas all on my page
white
and shit.
Privilege, nigga. Yeah.
Hebrew Israelites is attacking me because of your ass.
Hey, look. I said what I said.
And I'll gladly accept. I'll gladly accept.
Down on that shit. I don't give a fuck. It's true. Show me some facts that ain't rooted in the Bible, and I will give your cause a little bit more of an ear. But I don't want to hear that shit.
He said we don't want to go there.
Niggas ain't got no facts. They're like, it says here in Titus. I'm like, nigga, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
It says here in Zechariah. Nigga, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Nigga, just pick a story and stick to it.
That's proven by this passage. Nigga, come on, bro. You can't just tell me. You can't tell me.
Well, they did.
You can't tell me.
They did, and they tried to tell me.
Israel's in the Bible, right? They put
the
Israel that exists today.
you don't rub
They put that
you adding the madness shit.
They put that shit on the map in the 60s, nigga.
See, man, you making it worse.
He's like all the way back in the 60s.
Yeah, you know,
they did. They put
I agree with
on the
you.
map in the 60s.
Listen,
nigga.
I'm in full agreement with you.
it's the truth. Cool.
I'm in full agreement with you. I'm just letting you know.
Saying, bro.
I'm just letting a nigga know. You know what I'm saying? They coming at my head, not yours.
I'm
nigga.
just
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
that,
I'm the one that got to sleep with my gun under my pillow at night, nigga.
Yeah, they're gonna be chanting outside your door.
They gonna be outside my motherfucking door and talk about Kyrie, ooh-ah-eh.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Shit,
It's so ignorant.
Shark bait, shit.
All right.
That's what the niggas sound.
On the other case news, we'll get back into the rest of that shit as it fucking proceeds.
Yeah.
On to some other case news, some other situation. Gunna is
took the
officially
Italian beef and Pepsi.
Wait, hold on, man.
Italian
He's
beef.
free. Gunna's free.
Ayan.
They already
The
released that?
Italian beef.
Gunna is released.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Gunna is
He
out.
That nigga
He
said,
out.
He is out of jail.
Pushin P.
He is a free man as of right now. He took a plea deal where it states that he basically got commuted. It was a 1 year sentence that was commuted to 6 months, and then another 5 year sentence that was going to be added on top of that. Scratched off. I think like 500 hours of community. 500 hours.
Total. And then 1 got scratched off as time served. And then 4 got put to like, was it probation or something?
I don't know. Yeah, they just basically ain't got to go. He don't have to go in jail at all. 500 hours of community service, something like that. And
again, some podcasts is not legal representative. They don't know.
I understand.
We don't know what the fuck we talking about.
Yeah. In other words,
Don't quote me, nigga.
In other words, don't take my word
I ain't
for
no
it.
fucking lawyer. But at the same time, though.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know.
He took the Italian beef, the
I don't
cheesy
know.
extra super double beef.
I don't know.
Dipped.
It's hard something to report on this one. I can't lie, man.
Gang.
I'm a be
4 dip cheesy super beef combo.
Okay, I just got a question though.
Yeah.
Super
I just got a
beef
question.
cheesy.
Okay.
This is hard. This is a hard segment for me, man.
It's actually a math question and stuff, right? Okay. So
Algebra.
If you had
Don't give me math right
if
now.
you had 2 people, right?
Yeah.
And you had 1 car and 1 gun,
Uh-huh.
right? How many guns and cars could each person have?
1.
Okay. I just want to figure that part out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess he said it without saying it. You know, we believe Gunna snitched. I mean, there's really no other way of getting around this.
I mean,
based off what was said. I just got to come out right and say it. I don't even want to beat around the bush with
he
the
ain't
shit,
say
bro.
no names, but he was like, "Yeah, I was in the car.
He ain't say no.
I was in the car with drugs and guns.
He did say he was.
I was in the car with drugs and guns and a couple other niggas, but it wasn't me though."
That's not snitching.
That's not
I mean,
snitching,
it's
though.
dry snitching. It's
That's not
snitching. But I mean, you involved. You snitch.
That may not be snitching, but this
If he
is.
wasn't involved, he
But this
told.
is.
But he knew.
Sergio Kitchens,
Be snitching.
understand that YSL is a gang, and that I am aware of
I
crimes
said
that
that
were
shit.
committed in the betterment of the gang. YSL as a gang must end.
Yeah.
All right, that might be snitching a little bit.
What you mean? It might be. Yeah, that might be snitching. Play
That's
the
some
clip.
tattletale
Play the
ass shit.
clip, nigga. Play the clip. They got the clip of the nigga. Play it right now.
That's some tattletale ass
He
shit.
said it like
Play that shit.
Listen.
Edit that shit
There's
like
nothing.
that.
There's nothing to talk about.
Edit that motherfucker.
That is that is tattletelling as far as I
That
can
nigga
fucking
was
see.
on first 48 with the
said-
motherfucking
Because look,
McDonald's, nigga.
because
He said
look.
they must end. He did a whole PSA.
Yeah, he said it's a
Yeah, that's what I'm
dangerous
saying.
group.
They asked him a number of questions.
And he confirmed them all. And he said he would cooperate, or he basically said he would
He didn't say he
tell
would
the truth
cooperate.
if necessary.
He put this.
If asked or something like that.
Well, that was in the plea agreement.
I mean, what? I mean, basically, you saying like,
Oh, well, he
shit,
hasn't snitched yet.
nigga, just ask me, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
But he also said that he wouldn't be taking a stand and all this other shit. But at the same time, in the plea agreement, as you continue to read, it clearly states like, look, if we call your ass to come to the fucking,
Yeah.
you got to show up.
You gotta show up and be like,
Yeah. The trial ain't gonna start for like another, it's gonna be a long time. So maybe that's what he's saying. Like he's like, yo, I'm not snitching yet, guys. Like I'm not on the stand. There ain't no pictures of me telling. But he is gonna be telling.
it's because he doesn't understand what telling is.
Yeah. I just
He's
imagine.
basically saying,
I just
it's
imagine
the
we
nigga with the
saying-
dress.
Bro, I just imagine we
He's
saying
actually
all
a thug. His
And-
name is Young Thug. He's a gangster. He must be stopped.
He must
He wears dresses and he's terrorizing Atlanta.
Terrible.
And I have proof. And I also did not do any of the drugs in the car that I was in with him. I did not inhale the weed smoke. I just held it for an undisclosed amount of time.
when you so what do we make about Gunna basically dry snitching, right? 6ix9ine posted. Charleston White posted.
Hey, you know Charleston White is
Sauce Walker posted. Charleston said, this is what Charleston said. Charleston said, I'm happy the nigga told. Shit, this is the first time I'm happy the nigga got out of jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's Charleston White's MO is telling.
Yeah, he's like, he said, yeah, nigga, you said you did a good job, nigga. He said, Gunna tell it all.
Yeah.
They called him Gunna tell
it all.
Gunna tell it all.
That nigga Gunna tell it all.
That's gotta be the name of the first track.
He about to be.
Now here's the thing. Before we get into that, I would like to point out that YSL's Twitter posted him after he got out. Right?
Welcome home, gang.
Yeah.
They did say gang, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did say gang, didn't they? Did they say gang? Did they say gang in the tweet?
Post the tweet. I was just fucking around.
No, that's funny. I didn't think about that because because this is what be funny about that though, right? I'm glad you said that because when we call motherfuckers gang, I say gang all the time. Like, what's up, gang? It's not meant in any way to incriminate ourselves.
Yeah.
However, if they said it,
that I know ain't
that's
no gang.
funny.
They'd be like, "What's up, gang?"
Right.
That's funny. Hold on, wait, please. I need to pull it up. I need to pull it up.
Squad,
YSL
gang. What's the word, bro?
All right. That's like a motherfucker just.
Yeah. Gang must be stopped. Gang must be stopped.
Right. He said when I first joined the gang and stuff, I was just trying to be an artist and doing the music stuff.
Yeah.
Like, god damn, bro.
But I've been like, I don't know. I just
I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, no, it says first day out. It says first day out. Wanna free, welcome home, wanna home, wanna welcome home, wanna. So they just reposting a whole bunch of shit. Welcome home, wanna. Okay, no, so they didn't say welcome home. Would have been funny if they did.
Why it's on the label?
What's up, gang? Not the gang, but the actual label.
Yeah.
So what do we
prosecutors like,
based on what we heard? What do we?
Scratching
You know,
my head,
they're gonna tell. Like, you know, do we need to give him the same energy we gave 6ix9ine? Like, how do we handle this situation? Because this is one of my favorite artists, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be tough to not listen to him. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough on me.
It's the same way I don't want to put all that freaky piss music up in my ears with R. Kelly. I don't want to put all them snitching ass nigga music up in my motherfucking ears. And you know what's crazy is like,
did we not believe that if something were to go down, that he wouldn't like? You know,
I mean, look, man, it's funny because
they all gonna snitch.
I was listening to
artists like this.
I was listening to some Young Nudie the other day, and he actually said, "You know, I ain't soft like Gunna." He like said that in a rap, and I was like, "This is quite random."
he said that.
Very random, yes.
I
Very
didn't hear
random.
that. I didn't hear that.
But it's not random anymore. Makes sense. So, I mean, look, but I mean, we seen the nigga in the Crime Stoppers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this makes me, and for some reason, I know T.I., man, look, I don't know you, bro. No hard feelings. I used to be a real big fan, you know what I'm saying? But we seen that nigga in the Crime Stoppers too, and this situation makes me believe even more. Like what Charleston White and shit be saying. That nigga admitted. And you know what's crazy? Now you see the videos everybody posting and shit. All the street niggas been shit and shit. Like, you could low-key snitch without even having your name in the paperwork. So it's a whole bunch of niggas that probably snitch all the time. People be coming home real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but that shit gets sealed, and we don't really ever find out about it.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not. Yeah, you never really know. And as long as you have some type of what do you call it? Plausible deniability or some shit like that. I mean, it's really nothing.
Kind of hard, but we got videotape of him agreeing to the things that the prosecutor was saying.
We got a video. That's what I'm saying. Like we, it's niggas out there that have no record.
And the trial hadn't even begun yet.
They did like some type of third party snitching and shit like that. But what Gunna did was he basically was like, wasn't mine, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was there, and like niggas was doing all that, right. But it wasn't me though.
But at the same time, my glasses was kind of foggy that day, so I ain't really see.
Can you beat a case like that? I don't think so. I mean, you can.
I don't know. The lady tried. I'm legally blind. It didn't really work out for her, so I mean, I guess not.
Okay, all right. So I'll pose the.
I forgot about that. POP, hold it down.
I'll pose the simple question here, but
Please.
is that the right thing to do?
What? Get out of jail?
What Gunna did?
Do he have kids? Because that's everybody's
I'm
argument.
sure he probably does.
Does he have kids? I don't even think he has kids.
Yeah, I think Gunna does.
I don't know,
have
but
kids.
I would assume so.
I think he does.
But even if he doesn't have kids, you know, you think about your family.
I mean, yeah,
a lot of years.
That's everyone's argument. It's like, what would you do?
Is it the right thing to do?
What would you do? Get home to your family? I mean, he's not no gangster nigga, but the problem with it is that you've been out there parading like a gangsta ass nigga.
I mean, all artists do that though.
Yeah, but like,
and we've been saying for years that these artists don't actually do what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, they soft as butter, but they talk
so
about it.
Why is it like? So why are we surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm just slightly disappointed, but I'm actually not surprised at all. I don't see that in Thug, but I could be wrong. But Gunna, I'm kind of like, yeah, that nigga was gonna crack. Yeah. But did he crack? Did they have a plan? I know you mentioned earlier. What if they had a plan?
This is my only theory to this.
Would it even work?
This is my only theory to this, and I don't know. Again, maybe somehow Thug
case. So I'm like, I don't
maybe
know.
somehow Gunna and Thug kind of conspired for somebody to get out of jail. Like, look, man, we both can't be in here. We both the breadwinners of this shit. We need to fucking be free so we can fucking handle the business. Somebody's got. They're not gonna let my black ass out. So,
at all.
Fuck. You get out. You say this shit. I'll support you. Whatever the case may be. Motherfuckers may look at this one way or the other. They're saying that this can be used as testimony against us. Look, man, this is a good deal. Take this shit so you can get the fuck home so we can handle the business.
Yeah.
And we'll know because if he either gets out or if, they continue to support him, which it seems like they are, maybe they're not looking at it like that.
If that were true, that's
maybe.
We need to hear from Thug at this point. Basically, be like, how do you feel about what he said and what happened?
Well, I think it's
because he's the main one that's being implicated in this shit. Because the whole point of a RICO, guys, the whole fucking point of a RICO is to prove that there is a gang or criminal enterprise. Okay. A gang. Oh, this motherfucker dropped the ball. Sorry. I really needed that catch. I couldn't believe he just dropped that shit. And I needed it from Brandon Ayuk too. That's fucked up. A gang or a criminal enterprise is doing something in regards to help, or people of a gang or criminal enterprise are doing something to directly help the either get funds or do something in the light or in spite of the gang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I do something in the name of YSL, that shit's a gang.
Yeah.
I think it
criminally
be some legitimacy to what you're saying though, because think about it, didn't Gunna drop a mixtape or something like a month or two ago or something? Like, did he drop some music?
Did Gunna?
Yeah, then he dropped some music.
No, he didn't drop any music.
No music?
Not within a month or two. Not since he's been locked up. No,
he was just Pushin Plea. Right?
No, he dropped that out. He dropped his little album with Pushin Plea and all that stuff on there. That was way before they got locked up, though.
Was that way before? Yeah. I feel like that happened like a week after he got locked up.
I don't know.
No, he was out. He was out with that.
Personally, as much as I would love, for there to be some type of loyalty in this story, I think that when Gunna was trying to explain Pushin P, that nigga wasn't even making sense. So I don't even think. I think he just chose himself and said, "Fuck the game."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really he
did say, "YSL is a gang must end."
It must end.
It must end.
Them niggas probably was like, "Hey, you ain't put no work in, Sergio. You gotta go look. You gotta stab a Blucci for me, nigga." And then that nigga was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do it." Look, the gang must end. I don't know.
That is a weird line.
If he was in cahoots with Thug, he didn't have to say all that. Yeah, the gang must end. You must be stopped. They are who we think they are.
They're freaking so mad.
Gang had the guns. Gang had the weed. Yeah. Gang had the lean.
Right? I don't know. It definitely is a weird situation.
And don't forget, they said that they have a couple of these RICO cases in the tuck too, because they said that there was like 2 more that they have.
They
like,
said somebody.
They said like 2 more high profile ones that they have.
They're trying to get Lil Baby, I think, right? Isn't that the word on the street?
That is like
they're trying to get that.
And also like Dirk and shit.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. And you know what's not fair about it is that one could argue that like, I mean, yeah, okay, I was in the gang before. I got some money now. Mm-hmm. I have a network. Right. Starting businesses and all that shit, and then now you say, but now you trying to RICO me, nigga? Like I own a trucking business. Fuck you, like
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, I feel like it's a weird way of just trying to target and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like in that case,
but he's been doing a whole. I mean,
Jack Harlow should be RICO. You know what I'm saying? Because he
why? What the fuck?
He put on Drewski. He put on. He was also helpful with Industry Baby Boy. What's his name?
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X. He was helpful for that.
Like what crime did they commit?
I'm
Chris?
just saying, if they did all that to figure out what Slime and all them did, he probably did drugs. They're a rapper. I'm just saying. I feel like that shit.
Nigga, what is Chris talking about? Hey man, leave the ayahuasca alone, man.
Listen,
you gotta. I'm trying to figure out how you put Jack Harlow into this shit.
No, guys, I'm saying. I feel like the government.
He's saying when a white boy does the same
exactly,
shit.
do the same shit. When you put someone on, it ain't a criminal enterprise.
But
who did? Okay, I understand. I mean,
they got wiretaps of Thug. I mean, that shit.
Yeah, I'm saying like, but they
look promising.
You know, like.
But what could work in this?
I'm not gonna say on camera that Thug did some shit.
What if the wiretaps
probably did some shit that we don't know, man? We don't. I'm just saying,
if the wiretaps were obtained illegally, though, they could throw the whole motherfucking thing out,
right?
And Sergio would have snitched for no reason,
right? No, I get that. No, I'm not saying
if a nigga just sat down. That's what's gonna be crazy.
My thing is, I ain't saying that
if something happens and it gets thrown out,
prosecuted. I'm just saying. I feel like they not getting everybody that could be getting with this RICO shit and stuff. Because I feel like a lot of activities that celebrities and musicians do could be labeled under RICO and stuff.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, there could be a whole bunch of shit because if I decide to get an artist and the artist does some shit and I'm giving him money and he's giving it to his gang, that's like kind of like RICO. The shit with Irv Gotti got a RICO based on that exact same thing. He was like, bro, like, no, like, I know he's a street dude, but I'm giving him money because shit, I'm putting him on. Like, what you mean? Like, you know, like, dude is doing work for me. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. I can't employ him.
Nigga a job, basically. But that white
if you're aware that he's using, but if you're aware he's using, if somebody's aware they're using said funds to, you know, that I get, that I understand. So I think only time will tell. I think we'll figure out what happens with Gunna once we figure out what eventually happens with Thug. Because I mean, the trial still hasn't happened yet. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna come of it. So let us just stay tuned, I guess, right? Brittany Griner is also free. He does a lot of jail shit.
That's way to tie that in.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on. Brittany Griner is also free.
Yeah, they said BG was coming home. I was like,
yeah, we didn't know what BG they was talking about.
Why is everybody so excited about BG coming home? You know, like, when was the last time you heard a BG song? And then
he still got a lot of love.
He coming home too, though.
We found out he got a lot of love.
Gucci offered him a $1 million deal or some shit, right?
Yeah. Folk got a lot of love coming back. But we ain't talking about that in BG. We're talking about Brittany Griner.
Why ain't y'all tell me? I was
She's
like,
free.
BG coming home.
Right.
She's free.
I was like, oh. Yeah, she's
free.
Did you see the video of her on the plane, man? They cut her hair off and shit.
Yeah.
She didn't look like she even believed she was coming.
She couldn't tell. Man. She couldn't tell until
traumatized, man. That shit.
We finally seen. I told you I didn't lose her. They kept her head down and they cut her hair off. I told you they cut her. So Brittany Griner's free, and apparently she was traded for a human that they call the Merchant of Death.
Yeah, they made a movie about that nigga. And
it's a movie. I didn't know nothing about this movie until after all of this happened.
It was Cage always yelling at you in every movie.
What's the name of the movie again?
Lord of War.
Lord of War.
Came out in 2005.
Okay movie.
Watch it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
So
He's been in jail that long, or no?
they was in jail. He was serving like a 20-something year. He was in jail since like around there.
Because he got busted like for trying to like sell to like a fake DEA agent or some shit like that.
So he got busted. They set him up basically,
right,
and then put him in jail. But he never actually got caught for any of the shit he actually did. He got caught for the setup shit. Like, you know how like a motherfucker's like the cops be coming out of nowhere with they damn Miller Lights and their Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Like, I got these guns for you, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, not today, man. And then they just kept fucking popping up on him, man. You know what I'm saying?
They finally got him.
I still got these guns for you. And I got this rock. Here it is. Like, boy, and then, boy, that's went for that shit.
I don't know how a guy that sells as many guns as he does that he doesn't know who is who and what is what. But I mean, that's just how it goes.
CIA probably was fully aware of who that motherfucker was, probably dealt with him, and then got sick of him and put him out. That's what they do all the time.
Well, yeah, they bought guns from him before from one of his shell companies and stuff. They didn't know it was him at the time, but that's how you do it.
They always say that.
Yeah,
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
But they always say that, nigga. I mean,
I think we're missing a big point here. Yeah. The glaring point of all of this is
that it was a slightly uneven trade.
Just the NC wins. Just the NC wins.
but Brittany,
I need y'all on this. I can't.
Yeah. Are you?
I'm gonna let y'all go.
I mean,
because I don't know. Because I think maybe my perspective is fucked up. Because I've heard
black.
Yeah, here it goes. 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 Yep. Here it goes.
Homophobic. Shall I continue?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, almost all these topics today.
They sprinkled a little more extra on they sprinkled a little more extra on that. But yeah, that's what.
But let me give y'all the rundown of Brittany Griner. Why she, you know what I'm saying? This what we got back.
Give us
right?
the rundown, Chris.
A 2-time All NBA first team. Okay.
Oh yeah,
3-time.
This is like mainstream media who didn't know who she was.
Okay.
And why she was getting traded.
8-time recipient of Western Conference Player of the Week. Okay. Ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, we needed her back, bro.
Bro, think about that. You know what I'm saying? And she also averaged in 2017, 25 points and 11 rebounds.
That's better than Westbrook. So.
Come on now. Think about that. What the merchant stats is.
Can you pull those up?
Put it on the screen.
I'm sure they have those side by side.
Let's compare the stats.
Put the stats on. We'll put the stats of them on.
That nigga got a triple-double in weapons. 15 sales to the Angolans.
Because the thing is, like, you got to look at the
32 deals with the Ukrainians. And 11 exchanges with the CIA.
They said 35,000. Is it true that this dude had like almost 4 megatons of like C4?
Rumor, yeah. I mean, you didn't see it, but yeah.
Like according to the movie, he
I can't remember.
He like dropped off like crates of guns to like Angolian like children to like fight like their war, like their little civil war that they were having.
Something like that. Yeah, I'll have to Google that shit and research it or something. But he did a whole bunch of shit. He was like buying like warehouses of weapons and shit like that from like used up. I don't know. Honestly, you know what's crazy?
Was this like the first offer, or like was this like just a like did Russia like bring this up as a joke, kind of like, hey, yeah, we'll give you Brittany Griner if you give us this?
Yeah, like you
don't think that they're actually gonna do that?
Nigga said deal.
Like, hey, we'll give you we'll give you Brittany Griner if you give us Victor Boot.
Niggas folded quick and said,
them niggas just like, oh. They actually did it. They actually fucking did it.
What is this? No bullshit. Like, what does this truly say about like American politics and like the direction? Because I feel like this is it's a political move. I think we all get that, but I think it's even bigger because it kind of shows like what direction we're heading in regards to like what we value now.
Well, because I think that even though everybody's arguing anti-black, anti-woman, like homophobic, etc. And I do agree, like, hey man, shit, just bring her fucking home. You know what I mean? At the same time, I think that America due to numerous events for the last several years, for various reasons, we look weak as shit, nigga, on the world stage. Like, and that's just adding to it a little bit. You know
Based on our leadership, but
we do
continue.
look weak, nigga. And it didn't just start with Biden. Like everybody, like Trump was fucking doing some wild shit, and niggas was already like, these niggas is falling off. You know what I mean? And then we had all that talks about motherfucking, what was it? The hacking and the fucking Chinese hackers, Russian hackers, all that shit. Collusion. Then niggas was like, wait, nah, them niggas might have actually been colluding. You know what I'm saying? And then Biden come in and he's like, I'm gonna fix everything, and that nigga made everything a little bit even worse. You know what I mean? And then niggas is just like, niggas is clowning us overseas, bro. It is. Can we just say that the Biden administration is most likely some bad negotiators? That's just what it seems like. I mean, they couldn't get the loans done. They can't get nothing done. I'm all for bring it home to people, okay? Bring home the people. Happy at home. BG. Both BGs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Time for a collab. You feel me? But
fucking ain't gonna collab on.
I don't know.
Look, I posted this shit on Facebook. Like, look, man. If she don't come home and put 50, man, hey, Vladimir, come get shorty. she obviously ain't learned a lesson.
Yo, but you know what's crazy? You know what my conspiracy with this whole thing is? Mm-hmm. I think that this whole thing was a big ploy to get eyes and viewership for the WNBA. The whole thing.
You think the WNBA is colluding with Russia?
They orchestrated this whole thing. Because guess what? Are you not going to tune in to the first game of the Phoenix? Or I think that's their name.
Is that the team?
I think she on there.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to watch. Well,
everyone watching
I hope
it, right?
watch
it's going to be the most televised game that they got all season and stuff. It's going to be crazy. So I think that's my conspiracy for this whole thing.
Say it one more time.
I think that this whole thing was orchestrated by the WNBA to get more viewership from the beginning. They sent her over there. They did the whole thing.
Hey, listen. I love a good conspiracy.
Hey, man.
I think we should always tit it off with a conspiracy right at the end of all the important shit we talk about.
If the WNBA is colluding with Russia. Come on, man.
I mean, just saying, it's weird because they would have time
Crack
to collude.
Bullshit. That's what I say.
If you got time to collude with Russia, you got time to
but you send your
conspiracize some fucking fans in the seats.
Russia basketball.
You could trick people to show up to a fucking game. If you're going through all of that, that's trends as fuck, man.
How about some marketing? I mean, that is marketing, I guess. Shit, but why would you do that to that poor person?
Hey, man, desperate times.
Hey, man.
Desperate times.
Right, desperate times.
Call for desperate measures. Russia. Call Russia. Get a room and some of them freaky hoes that Putin likes.
All right.
And let's talk.
The ones that...
I think this what this says about America. I think, like I said, it does put a bad light on us. In my opinion, I think it makes us look weak. It makes us look okay, we had to do what we had to do. He was on his way home. People are gonna say, oh well, he had 6 years left and he was on his way home and blah 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 blah. You don't know what the fuck would have happened in 6 years. We don't know, but I want to go on record saying that I'm happy she is home because I don't want to see no American in another prison in another place. We got enough ways to torture you here. What I'm saying? Let's leave that shit in house. You know what I'm saying?
We have the highest prison population in the world.
Yeah, we can
still some of the
we can handle Brittany Griner in jail over here. You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't have even sniffed the jail cell if she would have got caught with a pen at the airport.
Hell no.
But they looked at it as smuggling and the different laws and different rules in different countries. And people were so upset by it. But I'm like, look, y'all aren't fighting. Y'all are fighting. We're fighting because it's an American that went over there. But we're not fighting for the other people that get caught with bullshit that actually are from there. We're not fighting the injustice of the law. we're fighting the injustice of the law with an American who shouldn't be subject to your law because we're American and we don't feel like we should be subject to your law. Like, that's the truth. That's the truth. Americans will take their bullshit to other countries and think that shit's gonna fly. And they don't look at it that way. That's just the truth.
Yeah, not everybody.
Doesn't matter how we view it here. We view it here because we're here, right?
Yeah.
They're over there.
Say, that shit's ridiculous over here.
Because they look at certain shit that we get in trouble for and be like, really? And certain shit that even though we're quote unquote free, they still look at shit that we do or we're even allowed to do and be like, really? Y'all get to do that? Or like, y'all can do that? Or y'all can't do that? Like, that's kind of crazy. It's a lot of shit. We got a lot of jail shit.
Yeah.
It is nothing but
happy to be free. Just
it's like this is like negative Nancy podcast. Like this shit is it's like all bad.
This one I want to ask you about.
Because R. Kelly dropped the album from jail, and I don't know if you heard it.
And they said, I admit
it's been 4 jail or court or jail cases
back
back
to
to
back.
back.
I didn't release that shit.
I was like, I don't even know.
Did y'all hear it?
How to fit the R. Kelly shit.
Did you hear it?
I didn't think it was gonna be real. That's why I didn't take a listen to it until it.
That was
I
R.
didn't think
Kelly.
it was real either. I was like,
That was R. Kelly.
That wasn't. Huh?
Y'all don't think that was R. Kelly?
I didn't listen to the guy. Once I saw the article, I was like, there ain't no way.
You think he's still trying to release
I
the
was like,
freaky
there
piss
ain't no
music?
way.
I heard it was AI.
You heard it was AI?
Yeah, like it was
You
like
heard it?
AI.
He said it was AI.
I mean, yeah, that's what he said. But I have seen what that AI shit is capable of.
Look, this is the problem that's in common with all of the things we've discussed today. Niggas be lying, man.
Yeah, that's true too.
Hey.
How you gonna say some AI dropped your album?
Speaking of AI, bro, I had 2 questions for you, Jew, and stuff. I don't know if you see it. Wait, is that playing?
Yeah, he's playing that.
Oh, okay. I was like, how the fuck am I hearing it through my ear right now?
Because I actually,
was so confused for a second.
No, there's actually
That sounds like him, though.
That's Eric Bellinger.
Fuck out of here. It's him, bro. But you mind you, he came out with an I Admit It song like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
the first part. That's the first part. He had part 2 and part 3 got added to that. So come on, bro. Like, who the fuck do you think made this shit?
But why would you release an album that said
I don't think I truly don't think he wanted to release an album. I personally feel like maybe somebody did that. I believe that personally.
Yeah, I mean, OG released that book. If I did it, and so,
this is how I would have did it?
This how I would
If
have
I did it. That shit funny as hell.
Speaking of AI, though, I want to ask you and you about that Bored Ape situation.
What happened?
Everybody getting sued for that shit now? Justin
yeah,
Bieber.
What is that?
Hilton.
FTX shit? What?
Yeah, the
Oh, the
NFT.
NFT.
Yeah, man, we did the whole story about the Bored Ape. All of them getting sued now.
Oh, nigga, ain't that the shit you was telling us to go get into? Nigga? Hey, did you say? Hey, wait. Did you, nigga? You was the one. You was pushing that shit heavy. Hey, sue this nigga, man. Hey, put his ass in.
I'm pulling the Kelsey right now. Like, I ain't trying to incriminate
Well, I'm pulling the
myself.
Gunna. I know it was 4 niggas in the room. They was talking about Bored Ape. It wasn't me. It wasn't Howie. C-Mall had nothing to do with it.
Right? I don't even on camera.
Gang needs to be
I don't think
stopped.
I made that thumbnail.
Bored Ape needs to be stopped, nigga.
Gang needs to be
Because
stopped.
I'm telling you, this motherfucker was pushing. Hey, man, y'all got to get NFTs, man. The Bored Apes, man. So, wait, hey, what's going on with that?
Yeah, so
We need some lighter news. Fuck this other shit.
Yeah, no, all of them getting sued. They running the house. right
Lighter
now.
news.
They right now
Nobody
they
caught
brought
that.
up charges on Justin Bieber, Paris Hilton, Jimmy Fallon, and some other hosts.
Bro, this is what we was just talking about. You got to be very careful what you put your name into today, bro.
This is true. Yeah.
Because if you attach your name to anything, bro, they could come after you just on some advertising. Like they sued Tom Brady and shit for the fucking and Steph Curry for the fucking
Crypto shit.
bro. That's crazy.
I mean,
That's fucking crazy, bro.
you basically, if you that big though, the moment you put your name on it, motherfuckers putting their money into it. Basically, you seen what was happening with Buddy ass. The nigga just basically was like, yeah, I'm not going to jail. He went to jail too. Damn, he went to jail too. Buddy ass that founded that coin.
Yeah.
Poor ass that was living in the Bahamas with all them people that was fucking each other.
But at some point, you have to take personal responsibility. It's investing, and everyone says that all the time whenever they tell you about the crypto shit, tell you about the NFT, be like, hey, I am not a financial advisor. But what I'm looking at, I'm like, shit, based off the info I got, I was like, all right, well, shit, it looks like a...
The
but
thing
you just
about,
do your own due diligence. I mean, that's all it is.
I feel like the only thing that would have made NFTs reliable was like, I don't know if they encrypted them and all that other shit. And I don't feel like they was. Like, you could literally just screenshot that shit and be like, I got the NFT, bro. Like, and we all knew that shit. We all knew.
The concept
it was kind of like you could have made your couple $100,000 and then just get the fuck out the NFT game. But niggas tried to turn that shit into a currency and shit, and that's where they fucked up.
And let's not forget, it is still valued. It's not like the Bored Apes just went to zero. They just a little bit less than what they were. Which happens with all sorts of stocks and like everything. Like people can be like, yo, Tesla's really fucking good, and then everyone's just assuming.
Right now.
Exactly.
I checked it.
Yeah. So like people can think like, man, as soon as I invest in it, that must mean that Tesla's gonna be like $1,200 a share, $2,500 a share. It's like, no, it's like it's gonna stabilize, whatever. But it's like when people get in and then when people make investments, they don't look at the long term. They're just looking at like, well, shit, I can come up off it like real quick because everyone else
Which
did.
ain't
but it's
really
like,
how investing works.
It's not at all.
At all. Any quick come up. They say like statistically, if like even when you play around with like options and shit, like if you could, but most likely you won't.
Right.
It's just you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like
the only way to
you gotta
really
play
make
the long game,
quick money and investing a stock like that is insider trading. You got to know something's gonna pop before you do that.
Yeah, the whole not being responsible for something that you decided to do, and then blaming the fucking people who are just advertising it or just they're getting paid too, man. They don't know shit about this. Fucking Justin Bieber and Pearson don't know a fucking thing about fucking NFTs for real. They know that the shit looks like it was gonna make money, but they did say that this shit was unregulated, and eventually at some point, they had. I think a lot of people were making I think the economy was getting fucked up with this crypto shit.
A lot of money laundering. With all that, with
just that too,
NFTs and crypto.
A lot of money laundering, probably a lot of people getting rich,
turning up dead or going.
That too. The
bank's killing them.
It is a lot of crypto people turning up dead, bro. Like, what is that?
I think the bank's killing them. I think the bank's killing their ass. That's what I think. Because I mean, how you want to disrupt
all this shit is getting disrupted and dismantled and just getting killed. Like, I didn't even take a chance to even look at what the stock price for Bitcoin is.
It's been a lot of wild shit going on that we didn't even cover in the last podcast. That now even we brought up motherfucking Justin Bieber. This nigga Julian showed me this nigga sharing pictures of babies talking about yummy and shit, nigga. And
shit! What the fuck?
Bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Wait, what was that? What was that?
I got that. You got that yum.
Yeah. That was an album.
He said what?
Right?
He said what now?
Justin Bieber was like posting pictures of babies.
His whole rollout campaign for that Yummy song was like he was that
was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. And then I
don't remember that.
The build up to like the lead up to the song, he was posting pictures on Instagram, and they would be of like kids, babies, or whatever, and it would just say #Yummy. And he did that.
That's weird.
And he posted like
never realized.
He posted a ton of pictures.
He
too.
was
like
doing
it was like
that.
a lot of pictures. Like it was like every day
it was
he
a
was
collage
posting a picture
of babies.
Yeah,
that this nigga had described as yummy.
Yeah,
which from like a middle-aged white woman would be like, okay, just quirky.
It'd be acceptable
person, but like for Justin Bieber, it's like.
I didn't know about this.
He looks like he wants to say the N-word. Why is he?
Well, he did.
Describing.
He did, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He looks like he says it in the mirror, like nigga.
And I'm not gonna lie, that
nigga.
I'm not.
I say it with the H. That's like that video and shit. What's up, my nigga?
It doesn't help with the video with like OBJ looked very suggestive. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man,
that looked pretty bad too. I don't know if y'all saw that video.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you told me that was old.
It was old because they posted about that a little while ago. But yeah, I don't know. It's got to be some reasonable explanation for that one though. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, what did he do? Expound on that, please.
When it now this is what it looked like. It looked like he was giving OBJ some top in the middle of the club.
Damn! What? Damn! The beat.
It's posted in the group. You didn't see it?
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, listen. This is alleged. This is all alleged.
And
I don't know if that's what it was, but
you sure one like Bridget Nielsen and Flavor Flav old girl.
I remember with the short hair. Mm-hmm. You saying that Justin Bieber looks like Bridget Nielsen?
I'm just saying.
You heard it here on some podcast first. Brian Gumble Makes Colin Quimby look like Malcolm X.
Look, all I know is
Wayne Brady makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X.
All that,
I make him look like Malcolm X, motherfucker.
Huh? All that pedophilia shit and the fucking...
Give me your damn sandwich, Dave.
You gonna finish your sandwich?
And the rabbit hole that can go down. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Man, what? Yeah, nah, but I mean...
Yeah, but yeah, we could actually have a whole episode talking about all that shit.
Man, there's a huge case.
That's gonna be the demise of that whole video.
That's gonna be like that can't... But
I'm still like, yeah, the Balenciaga shit threw me the fuck off, man.
But Justin Bieber's on high alert, though, so that's all.
Whoa. Where you come from? Ah.
Look like you was like swallow.
Wow, the nigga was slurping. I don't know.
Man, that was AI, bro.
You can't confirm.
See, AI go with that bullshit.
But you bring up a point though.
It's all AI, bro.
You bring up a point, and that's why the R. Kelly shit's funny too. Because AI, I don't think AI could release an album, but they do. Have you ever heard of deep fake?
Oh yeah, deepfakes. Yeah.
Where they can actually like create a very, very highly realistic video of like a famous person, but it's like not real. Yeah. They like superimpose someone else's face. Everybody's having fun with that app, but they actually, some of these videos we don't even know they could be fake.
Right,
they can actually make fake video now, like superimpose your face over somebody else. You know, all you gotta do is be able to make a good impression. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they can make, cause I've seen like fake videos of like, I think it was Biden. I've seen like, so I watched some deep fake. Right. I think you were the one that showed me that shit.
The technology is actually kind of
it's
scary.
It's more advanced than what you think, which is why like even these AI pictures, all that shit, like it's like that technology is moving along a little bit faster. It's something to keep an eye on.
Skynet, nigga, too fast. Too fast, nigga. I seen all the Terminators. All right, well, yeah, let's tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Dr. Umar and the reparations.
We gonna have
too much shit.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. We'll get back to you with that. We'll figure that out from this point. There was some other shit, man. With Bill Cosby and shit, he's got charges coming. We can do a little something quick here with these. You know, Bill Cosby's got some other charges. I don't know if y'all aware.
Oh yeah,
he's got some other charges, civil, from 1969. And my only point that I wanted to make on this real fast is that if you saw my dick 50 years ago and you try to sue me 50 years later, you kind of got to eat that. Not like literally. Because that that dick you saw, I'm just saying you got to eat the situation. Because the dick you saw is not the same dick.
The same dick no more, baby. It's a changed dick.
This is not the same dick. I'm just saying, look, y'all ain't got to hold it back now. I see motherfuckers back there want to laugh. I'm just telling you, it ain't the same dick after 50 years. So, you know.
The dick has weathered some storms.
Just gonna throw that out there. Also, I know we spoke on
I'm a changed dick, baby.
Last time we were here.
I'm a changed dick.
Last time we was here, shut up, dude. Last time we was here, we spoke on the situation in Qatar. Do you have more information on the situation,
Jesus
Julian?
Christ,
like more info on it?
Well, no, just the situation as a whole. Like, 'cause last time we spoke on the Qatar situation about, you know, politics and being careful because people don't care.
Right here.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a photographer. He was a photographer, or he was a journalist.
Yeah, he was a journalist there, and then and he had made an actual political statement, I guess, like I think earlier that week or earlier in this whole like World Cup thing, right? And it was a big thing because like he was wearing the pride flag, you know, the logo that we was talking about, like the U.S. pride flag logo on his shirt, and then they told him, hey, you can't wear that because in Qatar they have the rules about like. The main reason why the U.S. couldn't have that on their jerseys because they was like, yeah, you can't publicly have like anything dealing with like, you know, just same sex, anything. And then he made a big statement out of it, like, oh no, like I should be able to wear that, whatever. And I believe they told him to leave he had to leave the stadium or something like that.
Yeah. Change. And he said he was gonna wear it again.
And he said at the end of that, he was like, yeah, he's like, I will most likely be wearing this again. And then, some time passes, not too much time after that.
Said he got sick.
And he said he got sick. He said he was feeling sick. Could have been like something he ate, something like that. And I mean, shit.
Poison.
I mean, it doesn't say that. Like, it doesn't say that, but
it can't say those type of things.
It says all the official documents are making it seem like it was just like, it's just a health, like it was just a health issue. But yeah, it just ended up dead the next day.
The next day, but
well, not the next day, but like
a little time after. They spent some time in the hospital.
Nah, bro,
I could see how it could be also a coincidence, but I can also see how
highly unlikely.
Strong coincidence, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of really unlikely, and this is also just another case of like how you said with like the U.S. and just having that kind of hubris in general, like to go to another country and just be like imposing your own beliefs, your thoughts, your ideals,
even if
like, y'all laws don't matter, we fucking matter because
because
no matter how ridiculous it is, no matter how what you feel, at the end of the day, the objective is to get back home safely, right? Yeah. And the objective is that if you're going to make a political statement and you're going to do what you're going to do, understand that there are going to be things and consequences that may happen that can't be rectified, regardless of how strongly you feel about the situation. Do you think, honestly, if you ask him that he was willing to die for gay rights?
Probably not.
Not like how we died for revolutionary causes and things of that nature.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't say that if he was somebody that was, worthy, not worthy. That's not the correct term.
Like a martyr.
He wasn't exactly, because I don't think that would have been his end goal, nor do I feel like that was the type of time he was on. Yeah, so if something did happen to him that wasn't caused by an illness of his own, that somebody did something to him, you got to understand that, again, we spoke about this last week. When you put yourself in these situations, I'm not saying he deserved to die because of it, but what I'm saying is that we can't dictate what other people are going to do in other places, or what somebody, it may not have been nobody higher up. It might have just been, he might have been in the thing and bought a hot dog and the dude recognized him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they watch TV.
It could have been a random person. It might not even been like.
See what I'm saying? Like, it could have been something random as fuck. Like, it didn't have to be no super high conspiracy. It could have just been somebody that was there. Like, bro, I'm not putting myself in that predicament for something like that to even happen
in a country that generally frowns on stuff like that. And you hear stories from like similar countries about motherfuckers like standing up for themselves and getting shot in the head
and just showing up dead.
There was like showing up, people just showing up dead, disappearing.
Right. Just found in a hotel room and shit.
I personally will not be playing with anything like that. If I'm in another country, I will just
just gotta fly straight, bro.
I'm just gonna literally
fly straight.
I'm gonna be boring as hell. Yeah,
fly straight. Fly straight.
They made that important. The flags, the clothing, showing.
I'm just there to do I'm gonna do my job. And, I realize it's hostile with this situation, especially if they told you to take it out the first time. You're going to sit up there and say, like, I'm probably going to wear this again, bro. Who do you think you are? And, I'm saying this, and I understand that it's somebody that lost their life, and I send my love, bro, and I understand, but at the end of the day, I can't be a hypocrite because I have it on record saying this just last week, prior to his death. We just had a conversation about it. So, yeah. I got to stand 10 toes on it, even though, because I said, what if something happens to you? What if something happens to a person over there? How are we supposed to rectify that situation? How are we supposed to help you in a situation where you're outnumbered and you're way over there? It's not here in America. This is not in our backyard. This is way across the across the water.
Right. It's the same.
It's an unfortunate situation, but it's also a situation that I believe that potentially could have been prevented if, in fact, it was a situation of somebody else's wrongdoing to him or somebody doing something to him. Now, if he just got sick and something happened, okay, crazy coincidence. But,
it's the same way. Ultimately, Brittany Griner should have never had a vape in Russia. That was a bad idea. Them niggas is how they are. You know what I mean?
And you can't say you forgot it was in there.
Well, I heard even more argument and stuff that if players were paid more, they wouldn't have to go over there and play. So
So now it's that. So now we're gonna snowball.
I know, right? It just kept on blaming more people. Put the blame on someone else. I just wanted to throw that one out there, though.
Hey, shit. I mean, I don't know. A lot of suspicious deaths.
Well, I mean,
statements.
It's a lot of things that we could continue to get into or going to get into, but you know that tape about to run out.
Rabbit
holes.
But we're gonna give an update, of course, next week in regards to everything.
Ellen DJ.
Man.
Oh yeah, Twitch.
Gotta speak. R.I.P. to Twitch, Ellen DeGeneres DJ, who passed away from what is being called or considered a suicide. We don't have the full details on what happened or what happened. However, things were sort of I don't want to mark that on his death right now.
Yeah,
like
you never know what someone's
right? True. Exactly. But I do. I want to keep it real and say that we don't have the fact that we don't have enough information right now is why I don't want to get into it yet on camera. But again, if we're treading on the conspiracy, we need to know what happened. That's all I'm going to say. Because I don't think we have the full story. And I think that once it does come out, we'll come back to it and then give some more in-depth thought. But I'm just going to, we'll leave it there for now and just say rest in peace.
The fullest story we got is Gunna's story.
Because, it's about as much as we got right now. And that's not even done. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still so much more to be covered on all of this.
He spoke his piece, though.
We, as we do every week, we try to leave on a light or leave a gem. And I think that we were just touching on a situation with Qatar. I think we were just touching on just simple situations that could keep us safe. I mean, it's a lot going on, man. I mean, there was just a dude outside. Was that on the west side or something? Did y'all see about the story with the guy that gunned down? Like that dude just gunned down like 4 or 5 people in the street. Now it looked like they were attacking him.
Oh yeah,
like they were attacking
the Aldi and stuff. You talking about that?
No, I don't know if it was that situation and I mean that's just crazy in itself. It's just so many situations we can't even.
Was that East Garfield?
I think so. When they was outside the club, he was with his girlfriend, and then they ran up on him and just.
Oh.
He just laid out a couple. He just laid out a couple people in the street like they were. It looked like they were coming at him, and then all I'm saying is that because there are so many different situations that are going on in the world right now that garner us to pay a lot more attention to what we're doing and how we're doing it. I think it is just standing reason that we need to all take just that small little time during this Christmas holiday. This will probably be coming out around Christmas time anyway, to just be with your loved ones, hold and hug them, and just remind each other of how much they matter, how much you all matter to each other. Because this is a time right now where it's like, you just don't know. People are just passing out, dying young. The coach, the 61-year-old coach from Mississippi State had I think it was lung failure or heart failure or something like that. And it's just like, bro, like we don't know. We don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know why, but we know. We know. That's all we know is that we know.
I visited my dad in the hospital yesterday.
Yeah.
He's got aggressive pneumonia and shit. He's hooked up to it. They trying to put a tube in his throat and shit like that. I figured I'd pop up on him. It's been like 8 years.
Yeah.
He was like, it was weird. He was like yelling. He was talking shit though. He felt great. He was trying to portray that he felt great.
Yeah.
Barely breathing.
Well, it's good on your part that you win some. I can imagine that being, Yeah. But which is a good point.
I was thinking about what you were just
but
saying.
I'm glad you brought that up because that shows that we're gonna live.
And I talk a lot about my dad, but I was like, he may or may not. I mean, he's like, nah, hell no, I'm walking out. I'm like, I'm gonna pop up on your ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope I ain't shock you. He's like, oh, you shocked me. I'm like, well, hopefully not in the bad way, nigga. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, no, not in the bad way at all. I'm like, well, get up out of here so you can beat your grandson. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. I just felt like I had to do it, even though I talk a lot of shit. And I felt I was like,
they don't know.
Be the bigger man.
you know that they don't know you talk a lot of shit. Unless you've done it on previous podcasts, because I know
you could probably look at my Facebook and see how much shit I talk. I do talk pretty freely. I try
about your pops, not as much. I don't think though.
I've been vocal about it
a little bit.
I think maybe you have. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But I
do that for a lot of things.
I don't like wish death upon the man or anything. I don't really understand him sometimes. But at the same time, like I don't know. I was like, it's good to see you. Shit,
So that's good. I mean, that's good.
But
that's good. So I mean, like, if we take that in consideration, and we take in consideration, what this time holidays is supposed to be about, not just Santa Claus and presents, but just being around your loved ones and enjoying each other's company. We gave y'all a lot of bullshit today that easily could have been, digested in a whole nother way from a ton of other media outlets, but we're willing to give it to you in a different light. But at the same time, it does involve a numerous amount of black people in jail time or some sort of shit. Again, it's unfortunate, but again, the level of entertainment and the level of shit that we're willing to, subject ourselves to, at the end of the day, we can talk all day about the other shit that's going on, but it's not as entertaining as talking about this shit. We get that. That's why we always try to sprinkle a little bit of extra shit in there while we're also giving you the bullshit that you want. But just know that you just might not know when, how, or why, but you know. And that's all you need to know at this point, is that you know.
Life is short,
it's going to happen.
Really
so just
that grudge,
choose really that shit wisely, man. That's all I'm saying. Because there's all this shit, people's lives are getting changed right in front of us.
Yeah,
right in front of us. Either people getting freed or getting put in jail.
With COVID, it's just like it keeps.
I thought you were gonna say Kobe, but COVID makes sense too.
Yeah, Kobe.
Both.
That was random.
Kobe during COVID.
Like,
yeah.
But just period. COVID was kind of like that first thing that was like.
It reminded you,
global eye opener. Like
it reminded you quick.
Life could be different.
It reminded you real quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I think is not like overseas. They have moments like that all the time. Not necessarily us. Right. The last big one we had. I mean, black people have them all the time, but I mean, the last big one as a nation we had was like September 11th.
Yeah. Nah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers really, So
cherish the shit as much as you can.
Yeah, your time.
Cherish each other as much as you can.
Spend it well.
Yeah, this is the Some Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and
subscribe, nigga,
to the pod. We have some other things that are in the works right now. I think that we I don't want to give it away yet, but I think our next episode will have a guest. Don't want to give it out yet, but it's still in the works. We're handling some things. Trying to make some shit happen. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. CMOS, Jew, undisclosed person in the back.
YouTube, stop taking our fucking views.
Can't.
Where the fuck did our views go, YouTube? It took like 600 views from us, man.
Yeah, on what? On the first episode?
Yeah, our shit was at like 1.2. Now the shit went down to like 744. I've been watching that shit faithfully. Stop hating on your boy. Stop hating, nigga.
Yeah, we was at like 1. Oh, it was. Oh shit, it was, bro.
Jay stays up all night. Look at that.
It's crazy, bro. Because we were at like 1. We were at like 1.1.
We was at 247. Now we at 236. What the fuck? I've been looking at that shit every day. 800 views, nigga. We was at 1,200. What the fuck is this? Give me my views back, YouTube.
I'm like looking at the message. I'm like, it's like 3:40 in the morning.
I be up early.
It's crazy, and they took comments away too. I think
they took some comments. Yeah. What the fuck, man?
They went back and retracted. They went back and retracted. Listen,
like, share, comment, subscribe, nigga.
YouTube, we trying to
unsubscribe. We trying to subscribe again, bitch.
We trying to do some shit here, man.
Man.
Turn our monetization on, man. We love y'all. Some podcast.
Yeah, y'all trying to unmonetize us and shit.
We out.
Nigga back.
Let's not before they strip our shit away. Yeah, right. We out this motherfucker. Peace. Whoever they might be.
Whoever they.
Go ahead. Give the disclaimer because I know you want to.
We ain't anti-Semites, man.
Yet.
Some podcasts are not anti-Semitic. Love y'all. Happy Passover.